Hello my beautiful little muglets. Today we are talking about how to re-roll in the new game Arknights. We're going to start with the actual process of doing so, and then we'll get on to like unit recommendations and stuff a little bit later. But basically, to be slightly more efficient, we're using Nox here. We have 4 windows open. We could do more, but there is quite a lot of clicking you have to do, you know, through tutorials and dialogue and everything. So I think 4 is pretty much maximum. We're just going to have our actual account up there in the top left. So we're only doing 3, but that should still be plenty to click. When I was going over this game last week, I said you could just copy the emulators that already have Arknights installed on them and you'd be good to go. That unfortunately wasn't the case. It usually is, but for some reason it must have registered some kind of guest ID or whatnot, because this is kind of an Arknights branded NoxPlayer, as you can see from the background in Arknights already being installed. So basically I'm just reinstalling Arknights. I didn't bother to try and just clear data first. That would have probably worked, but it was too late at this point, now that I'm thinking about it. Regardless, it doesn't take too long. So when you have 3 fresh installs, just sign in as a guest. That's pretty important so that you can wipe it without having to care about anything. And you'll have to go through about 5 minutes of tutorials, maybe up to 10. I wasn't really paying attention, but it's very short to get to re-rolling compared to a lot of other gachas I've seen. So we didn't need to delete the game on one of them, so we're playing that while the other 2 are installing. And yeah, once you clear TR-1, which is the second actual stage, you have control over your game. You can just hit the back button, go into your mailbox and grab that 3800 Orundum, which is enough for a tin pull. I'm going to get to this point on all 3 emulators so we can do it at the same time. You also get some expedited plans and recruitment permits from your mailbox, which you can use for some extra heroes once you clear the very next stage, and you can do that in Recruit, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So once you get to this point, you're pretty much done. You have enough Orundum for a tin pull and 15 expedited plans, 9 recruitment permits if your first rolls go well. So we're just going to go to the headhunt tab on each of these 3 menus, staying in this as we get a guaranteed 6-star operator. And we're just gonna go ahead, all 3 of them. These are actually my first rerolls. I'm planning on keeping my main account. I'm happy enough. Obviously there's going to be, you know, hopefully some good stuff in there. I mean, maybe I'll change my mind. So 6-star here is Siege. I personally really do like the Vanguards. I have a 3-star one I'm rocking, doing really well though. 6-star here, Hoshiguma. We're gonna actually just skip, see what we got. This is what you're going to be doing if you're re-rolling, honestly. Depending on your requirements, you're going to have to do this a lot of times. But thankfully in this game, it is super quick to do. As you can see, it takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes to get, you know, 3 separate accounts running. So just stars wise, the top right is the best. You know, we got 2 5-stars, a 6-star, and the rest are 4-stars besides 1 3-star. You could go a little bit further if you're like super happy with your rolls and try and get 21 Arknight Prime. We currently have 10, so quick math tells us we need 11. You get 1 prime per 3-star on the map. And to use the recruit feature, you need to clear 0-2. That is pretty close though. It's literally the next one. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so we've unlocked recruit. This step is a little iffy as you will not be able to get 6-star heroes unless there is a job tag called top supporter. And once you build your office later in the game, you can reshuffle them. I'm obviously still super new to the game as well, so I don't know everything. It does say that here that you need the tag top operator, and yeah, I've personally never seen it. But regardless, there are good 3, 4, and 5-stars, so depending on whatever you need, you know, just make sure to go up to 9 hours so you have a higher chance of getting the higher rarities. And then use your expedited plans to hire them immediately. Ah, Plume. Yeah. I would actually be happy about that if I was planning on keeping this account. I really like Plume. She's actually my first elite hero. I know it's probably not that smart to invest a lot into 3-stars, but I have a feeling a lot of those 3-stars you can take because like she gets DP recovery on kill, which is the only hero that I have that does that. And if you would be aiming for her, you can go DP recovery in Vanguard. And we'll see if I understand everything correctly. So potentially I'd get another Plume. Fang, I think he is similar, also a Vanguard and DP recovery. Another Fang. Ah, and now we got another Plume. So yeah, it's somewhat easy to target the one you want. So if I were to actually start a new account out of recruit, I'd really try and get Plume. And since the top operator tag either is very rare or I have to do something else, I just recently unlocked Office and I was only able to refresh 1 time so far. So I don't know if maybe you can only get it on refresh or it has something to do with this gray square. honestly. As for which heroes you should actually be trying to re-roll for, Silver Ash is a very popular pick from what I've seen. Exusia is another top pick. I actually got her on my actual account just out of luck, but she's been serving me really well. Going to get her up to Elite today because the Archer stuff wasn't open, but now it is, so that's cool. So yeah, basically 6-star wise, Exusia, Silver Ash, 2 really good picks. A lot of people on my friends list have Skyfire. That's an AoE mage. Her action skill, that's really powerful, really strong AoE, but she costs a lot of deployment points. She might be better suited to later game. Silence, very good healer. Back up at 6-star, we got Siege, which sounds like a really interesting Vanguard. DP recovery, I always love those. I'm pretty sure they're quite cheap to deploy, usually, as well. DP recovery is always useful, especially in one of the modes called Annihilation. But yeah, I think the most popular picks are Silver Ash and Exusia, however she is pronounced. Though I have to say Siege sounds really interesting as well. And yeah, once you're happy with your rolls, make sure to bind it to something so you don't lose it. If you're unhappy with your rolls, close the game, drag it over to app info, force stop, clear data. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to do that like within the game. The only options here are binding it to another account, but thankfully it is very quick to reset. So I mean, you could also do this just with one device. It honestly wouldn't be that much slower, but then you couldn't do 3 tin pulls at once, and that was a pretty cool feeling. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the full process of re-rolling. In this game, it's super easy, super quick. If I wasn't already a lot further, I may consider doing it. I've never really been one to re-roll, just kind of take what I get, especially in a PvE game. What I get is fine, but of course I am happy that I did get a few of the good 6 stars, Exusia and Saria. I think Saria is not available in the cheap one, but I did a tin pull over there in the raid up and got her from there. Kinda want Siege to be honest, but maybe at some other time. Silver Ash of course would be nice too, but he's a husbando. But yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it for today. Make sure to leave your own suggestions for reroll units in the comments down below. Especially early into a game's life, people are going to have pretty strong opinions about like what are must-haves and everything, and that's cool. If it has a lot of likes, it's probably true. So go down there and check as well, see what people have to say. But yeah, once again, that'll do it. Again, any thoughts or suggestions, comments down below. Dropping a sub is always greatly appreciated. I'm really enjoying Arknights. We'll probably do some more content for it. So if you want to see that, you know what to do. Thanks guys, as always, for watching, and until next time.